Doshashiki akahatoya. As we just come in to central core of being, to release out doshashiki hakaya, there is this image of really hanging upside down, doshashiki akaya, hatoya, 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 being suspended from the feet, anohoshakaya. Of not being able to ground properly, no koshi, shiato hokoi. This is part of the grand shift. So as we gain our bearings and sift through the density and the darkness in our physical reality as we continue to push forward, this has the feeling, a sensation of being underwater. The pressure in the head, okoshoshi, hanging upside down, in trial by fire, nokoshoya hachaya. So this is really the burden and the energy that has been carried, okoshoshi, throughout the lifetime, this feeling of being upside down. Nothing works properly. No koshi. Feeling this into the left side of the heart, so into the feminine. Goshana akahi ko ochaya. It's that we physically have to come in here through the body, through the experience, to set this right. To turn things right side up, ano chishio, and reset the compass of the temple. So navigating through the waters, facing the terrors, otoshoshiki, the night sweats, and lokoshishiaka, and all of the pain and suffering. From all of the lifetimes, okoshoshina hikaya. That we serve as the container to hold this and to run the reordering, ono okosho. So physically putting ourselves in the presence of this density and overcoming the transgressions of life, ono okosho toya. So that these densities begin to hold less and less of a charge. We start to feel this into the right leg, the right ankle, the inside of the ankle. It's really between the knee and the foot. This feeling of swelling. So retaining water, nokoshashiki, and this bloating feeling rather than being in the flow of the water, nokoshishi ato hoya. We start to feel the pain in the head, so the resistance through the mind to what is occurring in the physical, koshana, kochoshi shiako oya. So it's as we come into the void space, wherever we have had difficulty manifesting in our lives, we're actually having to go in to clear through, as if clearing through blocked channels in the ethereal ranges. So what this means is that we have to apply ourselves in these places in the physical realm. So to break through and break down this density. Doshashiki ato hokono okoshashi. Meaning we have to walk through the fire. No hokochoshi shiaka atoya. So that we can use the union as guidance in this situation now, doshashi. So where we have previously come up against the twin, where they come in and they don't give us what we want and we fall to pieces. and things like that, where we still run into distortion. It is the same in our physical life as we're trying to fix what is not working for us, that we will be put in those situations in order to correct through them, using the light to correct our thinking, to correct our responses, until the situation no longer holds the charge. And if we even look at this as a charge, the positive and negative, the polarity, the linear polarity through the field that is still being held within the physical. And that's all this is doing, is collapsing out these timeline distortions through the horizontal planes. So it's as if we're taking each individual sector that applies to our field. So for instance, we may suffer from self-worth issues. We'll find ourselves being put in a position of needing to defend ourselves or align to source in regards to self-worth. And the only way we do that in the physical is to go through the exercise of doing it. So if we look, it's like, why would this be any different than what we have been dealing with in the physical union with the other? That this is really providing us with this wonderful template for being the achishi. So seeing the crossover between the alternating ethereal and physical realms now, and how we can apply this through the physical densities. And again, as we clear these channels within the body where the resistance is, we can bring in the knowledge base more fully. And this is why these shakeups are occurring so strongly, to get into the base. But it can't come in when the residual distortion is still lying within the physical. So it's quite challenging for the human at this time. Okay, coming into the back of the head now, Koshoshi of the masculine. So we're just going to also simultaneously call in through the angelic harmonies into the resonator chambers to begin to drop out any energy that is not of our field, any energy that is trying to latch on, Doshoshiki akaya, and bypass through our field. Anywhere we have parasitic energies that are feeding off of our life force. We feel this deep right into the brainstem. These feeding off of the fear and the panic that gets stirred up in the field. And the feeling this burning in through the heart. So that they feed off of these energies. So coming into the mind mapping, there seem to be all of these diamond structures. So through the tetrahedron, doshashikia, and then coming into the heart, into the anxiety and the fear. So it's almost as if now what happens is, as we move between the different frequencies, I guess we would call them dimensional planes, it's as if these frequency fences have been set up. There's like this altar plane that we pass through when we access a different frequency set. Nokoshashiki acho hokochi shara ocho shoshono okoye. So even if we have totally reordered and our energy field is beautiful, nokoshashikia do, just by moving in and out of the energy spaces, we are just electrocuted, it feels like, with these phantom matrices. And so the reason we feel it more intensely is because we have felt source light without these matrices. So we are more in tune with the difference in energies. So someone who is living within, fully within the system matrices would never know the difference. They have tuned to that reality spectrum, and that is their reality. So really, this traumatization that occurs as we move around in the fields, okora, 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 atashi, atatashi, kya. So is there a way to release out from this? Doshi. Yes, as we come in through the feminine mind, doshashiki, shaka ayato shashikiata, that it is about, okay, that it looks like we can shift the perception within the brain. So it's where we can start to use the brain to our advantage, that when we feel these contrasts, that we cease to render them into the physical as negativity. That we start to recognize that we are, in fact, passing through the gates at this time. That this is a wonderful thing, that we are able to access the gates and experience the alignments more fully. That rather than getting frustrated and exhausted and upset, that we start to become excited about the possibilities of the change. That when we start to feel the fear and the resistance, that it calls up an index of steps through the sequencing field. So, nokoshashi, as we start to tune in to fear and panic within our field, we say, okay, we have arrived at a potential reorder point. No shashikia, that we call up the internal pivot. That we call up the internal release out of the static fields. Doshashikia. And that we call in more light source. No shashika, into the knowing. And then there is this feeling of being so wide open and broad within this experience. This is a grand, it feels like an experiment. No shashikiyakaya. We are designing this as we go along. So to know we're designing within specific parameters of the light field, so that we're not just open to fall. Though it can feel like it, because we're being asked to step forward in faith so strongly at this time. Feeling this clearing through the feet and into the back of the brain on the divine masculine. Nokoshiya. Nokoshiya. So just indexing through the workplace and the hakaya. That when the exhaustion comes up, when the frustration comes up, when the mind starts to wander down, achaya, choya, where they are appealing to our inner child natures, goshana ochashi, our curiosities, and our loneliness and pain, doshashi, at being so isolated, akoshashi kataya. So the darkness plays on those energies. So we move to seal. Just very gross, black, swampy energy. Nokoshashi, jashahasha. Again, this idea of sitting in the cesspool. Then we start to feel the exhaustion coming up through the biology. As we come into the healing chambers, you see the Divine Masculine lying on a table with no legs, Otoshoya, as if he's been amputated. Koshishia. So and then I see a blue dome, Anoshia, through the silver light, so Shoshi. He receives the legs through this blue light, Nokosha, the aqua. Aquaspherian plains, Oshoshi, Shia, Shoya. New legs, new purpose, new life on which to stand. Okore achai, Okay, we see the sphere coming in through the winged aspects. Shoko o o na I o. Okay, this is reminds me of the Horus Ra. What would have been the reversal of these energies, so through the Egyptian timelines, but this is in the perfected image, the Divine Masculine, in the image of the light. Ochashika. Wow, that he is stepping forward now through the domain ranges, through the set points, in order to assist the feminine queries, Anokoshishi. So running through the differential planes. So this is really getting into even in between the templates, Anokoshishikiatoya. The mechanics, the mathematics, Anokoshishi. Jahachokoya. As we bridge into the unknown, Doshashi. Higher light order beings, Sokotashi. We see the brain hemispheres. So almost as if the brain was built on some kind of arachnid model, Nokoshashi, or there was an insertion through the field that this ran off of this model. So that is being released out through the mind. Okore ochidi. Okay, infestation. Doshashi kiakatoya. Sha. And there's something here with the elemental field, so how this is present in the physical. So I just see this image of all these dead bugs, these insects, Otoshashi, how this clutters the mind, Okoshi. It's like all these dark spots within the brain that misdirect the neurons and the electrical activity. So it's like it just shorts things out. It's just chaos in the mind. So that as we start to tune into these interference energies or these frequency fences or these arachnid, archaic, archonic energies, okotoshishi, that it almost takes us into a different reality then within the brain. It's like this illusion plane, okoshoshi, shiako ochoshi, shiayakoi. It's like this overlay of an additional false reality, really messing with the mind. Okay, this is where we start to see gaps in memory, because it's really like you're taken to a different plane of existence through the mind. So anytime that would happen, it's like shorting out. So it's like a security feed, right? If we were to go in and delete sections of it, that's how it starts to feel in the mind, Oshoshi, that there are sections missing. This is heavily through the masculine, Oshoshi, Kya. So can we start, yes, to release and seal through this as well? And there's something about food in connection with this occurrence. So I'm not sure if this is when we desire to go in and eat food to comfort us, when this is flaring, or nashashi. Yeah, because it helps. It's like a balm through the body. No koshashi kiatoya. Oh, but the food, anakashishi, that Okay, so it's as these things are coming up into our awareness, the pain of it is the comfort food, okoshashi. The pain of it is soothed over, nokosha, with this food. So the food coma, nakoshashikya. It just serves to push this down. So it's almost as if it's been trying to release on its own, nokoshashikya, through the consciousness of the mind, the supreme consciousness of the universal mind. So maybe to look at those areas where we feel food issues coming up, or if there are specific times or events when we turn to food, to take note of this. What is really occurring internally? So to start to feel, we start to seal through the heart, no koshashi. Through the land of Oz, so through the emerald order, no koshi. Okay, which is the intervention plane. So, okay, they're using the Wizard of Oz as an example. So this was really a dream that she was having, but yet it was, okay, look at how this plays out. Particularly in reference to the 4 characters that each are struggling with their individual issues. Okatashi. Yes, feeling this through the right side of the mind, through the divine masculine, into the spinal column. There's a specific point within the vertebrae of the spine that this is hooked in. The daydream, the shashiki atoya. They're referencing the poppy field. So falling asleep within the dream, or within the illusion, no ko shashi, shakae, that you are twice fast asleep, no shi, and the confusion that is applied, no koshi, shiata okoya. Okay, so this is where it's like this mind melt activity. So where there are gaps again in the mind, no koshashikia. So, gosh, this burning in the heart. See this image of this mad scientist in the laboratory with this big brain, so mind control, no koshashi, is this the MK Ultra, no kokoyata, mind comp also, I don't know, no shai. So something through these Nazi energies as well. Lo shashikiakaya, the cube distortion. We start to feel it into the feminine brain and left shoulder. Shoko, 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 shoko. Shako, ocho, sho, sho, sho. Oh, the pain in the heart of the mind control. Shorya, oko, oh gosh. Okay, so releasing out. It's like these injections through the, just so much pain in the mind. Da kato shoya. Dakata sho o shanaya. Again, they're referencing the poppies, so trying to put people back to sleep. No koshishi. If you just stay in line, then you won't experience the pain. Don't think outside of the bounds of the matrix that you're living in. Roshoshoya. Shata oko shoshai ina hakai koshaya. Feeling this into the right foot. So lots and lots of heat through the feet. Nokosha burning. Nokoshashi. Jashashaya. We apply the flame orders to burn. Okay, it's like burning out the webs doshishishi of these arachnid planes. Akoryokochashi shiakooya. Okay, so they're referencing the web as well, how the web collects these insects. Really highly uncomfortable, really disgusting energies here. Doshashiki, very dark and twisted. Kotoshoshi. This is really the psychopath energies. So taking this knowledge just to inflict pain on the persona. No koshakai. No koshakai icha hashoya. It's harvesting the pain of the humans. Okoshiya. It's very, gosh, incapacitating for us, but somehow cathartic for their fields. And they're also referencing the divine feminine and divine masculine separation through this. It's almost that this seeing the one that's in pain somehow makes us feel better. If we know others are suffering, we don't feel so badly about suffering ourselves. But that is also a way to stay in these lower fields. So this is a whole system sequence that has been set up. Just as we can lift others up through our light and through our passion, which is the way of the light, the fall would be to bring others into our pain and suffering. So to notice through the field, that this is a choice point, that those dense lower energies are extremely, it creates a vacuum effect in the field. So coming, to provide a buoyancy through the field, to assist with that pull down effect. We see this coming in through the violet and the aqua, through the union. So interesting, because the union now is coming in to assist with the individual template. So incredibly beautiful. For so long we said, oh no, we have to reorder totally and fully. And we do through the light, but once we do through the light, we see the assistance in the physical comes in through the union itself. It's a beacon, it's almost this starship that descends into Nashashi. The union activates within, so it activates a cleanup cycle within the individual energy field. That once you have achieved enough light and lift, that this acceleration, it's a mass acceleration that will occur through the field. A bumpy ride, it doesn't feel pretty, but it's to assist with releasing out the old densities. So it feels like a shake. I see it vibrating, the whole field. It's shaking it all out. That this is how it feels to the human. Everything is being shook. The shashiki akaya. Feels like holy hell. No koshashi. This burning again. So let's come into the heart space to see. Through the horizontals, we see distorted tones through the pinks. Oh my. No shashi kai. To release out this from the field. These don't belong here. Oh my goodness. That are bridging through our fields again. No koshashi. Shikyako toshoshakai. That they are running like this chameleon to be able to access, but the tone is off. So releasing out through the horizontals. This is coming in through the masculine as well. So releasing out oshoko tashi. Imposters, noshi. Imposter energies in the fields, no koshashi. Sealing through the horizontal planes, oshoshi. We come in, start to alchemize and tone now through this heart space bridge. to come into the base to reorder through the magenta field. So this is a winged aspect, but it's specific for the emerald orders. No koshoshiki achoya. Ano oko shashiki atoya hana o. That it actually holds more of a density to support through the mission updates. And yet there's a portion of this, okay, so to retone through the field. It's almost as if we had to bring this in under cover. No koshoshiki. It's an aspected range for the fields. Akata. So this is applied through the heart emblems. Doshashi. So we were seeing this the last time. Dosha, that these energy signatures that we hold specific to our orders. So it's almost as if they're like a muffin tin, so we can fill them up with this light now. No kushashikia. Just clearing out the distortion, any energies that were picked up from this transition, clearing out the transgressions and the karma related to this shift. So the lock and key of the divine masculine and divine feminine through the golden emerald orders. Okotoshi. So doshashi, just seeing this Merkaba in the heart, the Star of David. Okay, so this looks to be a marker within the field to provide a landing zone or a landing point. So where for the angelic assistance through the harmonies. Okotoshishika. So if we could say, because there's an aspect of these angelic tones which we always have to continually call them in. It's almost as if they're held outside of, because of the frequency differential, that it's something we have to continually call up and into the field. So there looks to be some adjustments here through the channels. It's like there's gaps so that these, okay, it's in and then it goes away. It's in and then it goes away. So to anchor in, yes, doshashi. Through the time-space continuums now, no shashi. Okay, we see that applied right into the dimensional field along the axis planes. Oshoya again, through the union. No shoshi kya achoya. This is why the union is so important. No shoshi. There are only certain energies that can be applied through the union, because the union is sealed and pristine, and because it is so sealed, these tones cannot be hijacked. This is why we are pushed to full ordering, to completely seal out from distortion. Shokotoshaya. So that we're starting to build through the union planes now, dosha, little by little, to bring in these tones as we continue to seal higher and higher through the union. The shashiki okaya. By virtue of walking the individual energy field through the physical. That's really interesting. So the work occurs at the individual energy level, the energy field level, to be applied into union. Simultaneously now, the union can call in these, calling them unassisted tones. So what would just be naturally present now, which before we had to adjust, find the holes. Doshashi reorder, shaka achaya, shoko ochoya. Shana hokoya chiataya. Oh, so we're just gonna start to seal out here. This was a very large sequence now. So again, just to briefly recap that no shashi, what we have to still walk through in the physical in order to resolve through the biology and the physical human, doshoshoya, the capacity of light within the human, nakoshoshaya, still needs to update. But as we do so, more and more tone is applied through the union no koshoshe to, which then in turn assists the individual field as well. No koshoshi kia hotaya. Do koria chai hishi ikiato oya. So that the union becomes the above and the below, with the two separate energy fields in the middle through the horizontals. Okay, again, referencing these golden discs, the 3 levels of the transference planes. So looking forward, it seems that we'll be getting into the manifestation planes, and there's something here with these geometries about how this actually works. Koriochaya. So we start to feel it coming up through the back of the neck, through the lymph nodes, a clearing. Doshoshiki atoya. That's beginning. Doshoshi. So we'll look to that in the future here. No koshashiki atoya kaya. Okay, very good. So sealing fully and completely through the sequence. Indexing. Doshoshiki ahotaya. Dashana hokoya. And so it is.